She never raises her voice. She almost never raises her blade above a scratch. And she has killed more demons than fighters twice her size. Here's the thing about Shinobu Kocho that gets lost under the smile. She's the only Hashira who can't actually cut off a demon's head. Her sword can't do it. Her whole body isn't built for it. So she built an entirely different way to kill. Today we're going through 15 things about Shinobu that most fans don't know. Her poison, her sister, the smile that isn't really a smile, and the ending that split the entire fandom in half. Let's get into it. Quick foundation first. Shinobu Kocho is the insect Hashira, the Kocho Bashira, of the Demon Slayer Corps. She's 18 years old. She stands around 151 centimeters, making her one of the smallest fighters in the entire Corps, Hashira or not. She runs the Butterfly Estate, the Corps' medical and recovery compound, which tells you something important right away. She's not just a fighter, she's a physician. She treats poisoned, broken, dying slayers with the same hands she uses to kill. And she is, without exception, the most polite person in every room she enters. Soft voice, careful words. A smile that never seems to leave her face, no matter what's happening around her. Fans either read that smile as warmth or as something a lot colder. We're going to get into exactly why both readings are correct. Fact number 1, and it's the detail that changes everything else about her. Shinobu is physically too weak to cut through a demon's neck. Every other Hashira kills the same way. Decapitation, full stop. Shinobu can't generate that kind of force. Her Nichiren blade reflects it. It's not a katana at all. It's closer to a rapier, thin, needle-pointed, built for speed and precision instead of raw cutting power. So instead of trying to outmuscle a problem she physically cannot solve, she solved a completely different problem. She turned her sword into a syringe. Fact number 2. Shinobu spent years developing a poison lethal to demons, using wisteria flower extract as the base. Demons famously can't stand wisteria. It's one of the oldest weaknesses in the setting. Shinobu took that folklore weakness and turned it into hard science. She experimented, refined, and eventually engineered a toxin concentrated enough to kill a demon outright. Injected through hundreds of rapid needle-thin strikes instead of a single blow. It's slow. It's clinical. It's also, when you think about it, one of the most disturbing weapons in the entire series, because it doesn't end a demon's life in an instant. It makes them feel every second of it. That detail matters more than it looks like it does. Hold on to it. Fact number 3. Shinobu doesn't just fight demons, she built and personally runs the medical facility that keeps the entire Corps alive. The Butterfly Estate treats wounded slayers using a combination of traditional medicine and her own poison research. It's staffed almost entirely by young women Shinobu personally trained, several of whom, like her, are relatives of demon attack victims. Think about the range that requires. She is simultaneously the Corps' most clinical killer and its primary doctor. Most fighters in this story only know how to break bodies. Shinobu knows how to break them and put them back together, and she made a home for people who needed exactly that kind of care. Fact number 4, and this is the one that recontextualizes her entire character. Shinobu smiles constantly, in battle, in grief, while delivering devastating news. It never breaks. That's not who she actually is. It's a mask. And the story tells you this directly. She trained herself to keep that expression locked in place because showing her real feelings, particularly her rage, felt too dangerous to let out. Underneath it is someone carrying enormous, unresolved anger. The reason traces back to one event that defines almost everything else on this list. Fact number 5. Shinobu had an older sister, Kanae Kocho, who was the previous insect Hashira before her. Kanae was gentle where Shinobu is sharp, famous in-universe for genuinely believing demons and humans could coexist peacefully. She died fighting a demon who exploited that belief, manipulating her compassion to get close enough to kill her. Shinobu inherited the position. She also inherited her sister's exact face. The two of them look almost identical, differing mainly in hair length and eye color, a detail the story plays with more than once for gut punch effect. And here's the part that's easy to miss. Shinobu's smile isn't originally hers. It's a performance of Kanae's smile, worn like a mask over grief and fury that never actually went away. Every scene where Shinobu looks calm is a scene where Shinobu is choosing deliberately not to look like herself. Fact number 6. Shinobu has said, in private, that she hates demons more than anyone else in the Corps, not fears them, not opposes them on principle, hates them personally, specifically, for what one of them did to her family. That's the piece that makes the Wisteria Poison make sense. It's not efficient killing. It's not even really about efficiency at all. It's slow, because some part of her wants it to be slow. She never says any of this loudly. She says it once quietly to someone she trusts, and then goes right back to smiling. That contrast, soft voice, brutal interior is the entire character in one sentence. Heads up, spoilers from here. Skip ahead if you haven't finished the manga. Fact number 7. Shinobu's final battle is one of the most debated moments in the entire series, and it's debated for a reason that has nothing to do with power scaling. She goes into that fight already knowing, with total clarity, that she cannot win through strength, so she doesn't try to. She lets herself be swallowed, literally consumed by her opponent, because her body has been engineered over months of preparation to release a massive dose of Wisteria Poison from the inside the moment she's ingested. It's not a loss. It's the plan. She trades her own life for a guaranteed, undodgeable hit on a target no one could otherwise touch. Some fans read that as the most tragic gambit in the story. Others read it as Shinobu finally getting to be exactly as ruthless as she always wanted to be, on her own terms, one time, without the smile in the way. A few production facts to close out. 8. In the Japanese dub, Shinobu is voiced by Sari Hayami, known for calm, precise, faintly unsettling roles, a near-perfect casting match. 9. In English, she's voiced by Erica Mendez. 10. Shinobu's design deliberately mirrors her sister Kanae's almost exactly, right down to the general silhouette, which the animation team uses for maximum emotional impact whenever the two are shown side by side. 11. Her butterfly wing haori sleeves are a direct visual callback to the insects she both studies and fights alongside. Her insect breathing techniques are named after specific real insects, including butterflies, dragonflies, and centipedes. 12. She's one of the few Hashira with a documented, in-universe medical specialty separate from swordsmanship, poison toxicology, essentially, which is not something the story gives to anyone else. 13. Her favorite food, per official material, is wisteria-flavored candy, which, once you know what her poison is made from, stops being cute and starts being a little unsettling. 14. Several of her Butterfly Estate students go on to become recurring characters in their own right, which is unusual for what could have been one-scene background staff. And 15. Shinobu is one of very few Hashira whose weapon and fighting style were built entirely around a physical limitation rather than a natural gift. Everything about her is compensation, engineered on purpose by someone who refused to be told what she couldn't do. That's the thing about Shinobu that the smile is designed to hide. She's not calm because she has nothing to be angry about. She's calm because she decided a long time ago that calm was the only version of herself she could survive being. She built a poison she isn't strong enough to need a sword to use. She built a hospital out of a body count. And in the end, she built her own death into a weapon because it was the one form of strength nobody could take away from her. If I missed a fact you love, drop it in the comments. There's a good chance it ends up in a follow-up video. Subscribe if you want more Demon Slayer deep dives, and I'll see you in the next one.